Page 76, Waltz in E minor. This is a posthumous work. In other words, it wasn't published in his lifetime, it was published after his life. Okay. I'm not really sure why they even put this piece in the book. This is a rather difficult piece. However, they put it in here. Let's talk about it. I mean, you look at the notes, you think, okay, I know, I can see notes are going every which direction, but still it seems doable. At the beginning, watch this fingering here. 1, 3, 2, 1. I love it. Just love it. And you think, okay, I can do this. Put a fourth finger on that G, not a fifth. Because this is the chord. That's the fingering. Use that. And then lift up. I do a 4 here. They say 3. I do a 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the same fingering I talked about on the previous video for the turns. And then a 3 or 2, either one. It's up to you. I find 3 more convenient. See the 8 VA? We're up above. And then, again, this is a sequence. We're going to finger it the same. 5th finger on each one. And then here, the 3rd line down, 2nd measure is okay. And then we do all that again. And all that again. Takes us over to page 77. In 2nd line, the first, that's a G and an E there, and there's no 8 VA. That's where it is, and it's 2, 5. Both endings are the same, and then the last measure of the 2nd line. Now you're coming down. I like the fingering. Again, these are all B flats here, because the first B flat still counts on that measure. Again, don't forget the F sharp. And they got a thumb here. You can use 2nd finger if you want, whichever. Then on page 78, the notes are written here, starting in the 2nd measure. They're octaves. I do 1, 3, 1 because this is the chord and that's the finger, but if you want to do 1, 2, 1, that's more of a stretch. I find that more uncomfortable. 3, however, it's got an 8 VA over it, so instead of here, we're up here. 5, and then lift the finger, lift little finger again. Add 2 or 3, I do 3. You see what we're doing? We're just jumping to here. You get this kind of thing a lot in piano music, but just take it slow and easy. Again, 2nd measure, 1st line. Here. Eventually, you want to do this without looking at the keyboard. You got to look right now. Again. Again. G natural, and then here. 2nd finger on this one. And 1, 3 there, and then lift up, new phrase. And that takes us back to our original thing. So again, at the top of page 78, just slowly speed this up. Over time, you'll get a little faster. You'll learn to feel this octave jump. You'll get to where you can do it without even looking. Believe it or not, it happens sometimes. And then, we go back to the stuff we had at the beginning. That's the right hand. Now the left hand has broken chords and it's all supporting, so you keep the left hand soft. Everything we want to hear is in the right hand. So these at the beginning on page 76. 2nd line, 2nd measure. That's an E and an F sharp. If you your hand's big enough, you can do 2, 3 there, but 1 and 2 is better, I think. And then the next measure, it's an E and a G. And the third line down, it's an F sharp and an A. And that's pretty much it for the left hand. I mean, you may have some, basically that's what you're doing. You're just moving around a bit. Then you go back and put the hands together. And again, you don't have to worry about a steady beat here. We're just trying to get the hands to work together. So here, we're here, and then here, and then here, and then lift up. I recommend the 4th finger, remember. Rest. That's a weird one, but I don't know what to tell you there. You work it out. Just keep repeating this as many times as you need to until you kind of get it under your fingers. When you're practicing, you can repeat more than once if you need to, feel that you need to. But for the sake of the video, so it doesn't last forever, let's go on. This is the second line on page 77, the last measure. We're going into this other theme here. So that's weird. It's what's written. I didn't do it. They did it. Top of page 74, we're finishing this thing. And then we do in this magic thing where he's gotten drunk or something, I don't know. You just go as slow as you got to and just work. The left hand isn't moving much. That shouldn't be a problem for you. It's the right hand. Forget the A. And then we get back to our original theme. Work that out slowly, and then you gradually add one more thing. Maybe you want to add the dynamics. I've been trying to do the slurring and the phrasing when the right hand, there's no phrasing in the left hand, it's all legato. And you think, well, this isn't so bad, I can do this. And then you make the mistake of looking at the tempo marking on the thing. And it says vivace. Vivace is like very fast, like a whole faster than allegro. I mean, it's not as fast as you can play unless you can't play it much faster. I mean, maybe it is as fast as you can play. I don't know, but vivace is fast. And that's what just ruins it for a lot of people. They can't go that fast. Listen to recordings of this. Search this out, that Waltz in E minor for Chopin, and it's a popular waltz. A lot of the professionals play it, but it's just too fast. Or faster than that. It's like, what? You have to take it at your vivace, whatever that is, not somebody else's vivace. So enjoy it, have fun with it. Now when you get over to page 77 on the last measure, the second line, people will tend to slow this down a little bit. They won't play it slow, they'll just slow it down a little bit. And they'll keep it slow until the top of page 78 where it goes nuts with the octave in the right hand, the second measure. For some reason they just take off on this. It's like, listen to how fast I can play this. It's like, no. It's up to you on how you interpret it. It's just, you don't have to get carried away with these tempos. Now, we can add some pedal on this. They're suggesting it. They're suggesting a lot of pedal. But when something is this fast and this light and this pedal really bogs it down. If I pedal this the way they're showing, it's just legato pedal through here. And then they don't pedal that one measure, which is good. If you're not listening too carefully, that's fine. I mean, it goes by so fast. The blurriness, the things that they're gone before you realize it. However, it tends to bog it down and make it heavy, in my opinion. I would prefer, I think, to just use more of a waltz style pedaling, which is you just pedal the first beat of the measure to reinforce the natural accent. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because you can hear that in the left hand. You just have to be careful in the right hand because you'll get a lot of staccatos that maybe you don't want. Here. There. There. Well, that's not so bad because the dampers do it anyway. And if you don't want a staccato on that last one, well, you can try holding it down a little longer. So it's up to you on what you're after. Now, because it's repeated and it's so repetitive, maybe you'll do it one way one time and another way another time. So maybe you'll, I don't know, it doesn't matter what you do, maybe you'll pedal it the way they're showing you at the beginning. And then when you repeat it, change the pedaling in just the first beat. Something like that. It's changing it up somehow. You experiment with the pedaling and decide what you like. Now when you get over to page 77, when you change, this is the last measure, the second line to this. Again, you do. I just think that sounds heavy. I mean, it is mezzo forte, but it doesn't have to be heavy. So at least let it up on the third beat of the measure. Something like that to take some of the heaviness out. Then on page 78, when you get to this, here, if you'd like, you can do more of a legato pedal. Kind of, it's a contrast to what was before, and this. This is, it provides some contrast, and this is. Doesn't matter if you pedal that or not, it goes blech, so it's here. So you can pedal that all legato if you want. Until you get third line, second measure. I lift up at least on the third beat. And then lift up, new phrase. And then you're back to what you were doing. And the whole piece is sort of like that. You have to go slow and easy until the notes are kind of automatic to you. And then you can gradually speed it up. And then once you have it a little faster and you can get more into the music and you're not thinking about the mechanics of it, then you can really start experimenting with the pedal and with the dynamics. Because they don't give you hardly any dynamics in here, and you can get louder and softer as you feel it. You know, I mean, at the top of page 78, they're telling you loud here. Well, I don't know, maybe as you do that, or maybe you get a little softer as you play each of these patterns. As you come down, you're coming back down to soft. I can give you all kinds of suggestions on loudness and softness, but it really needs to come from you and your musical imagination and your taste. And that's something we develop over time, hopefully, because if you only do exactly the way you're told to do it, you won't develop any of that. You'll just automatically do it. And then when you go to learn a new piece of music, you're lost because you don't have somebody telling you how to play it. And then you say, well, play it for me so I can hear it. And you're saying it because you want ideas. Well, that's fine, but you should learn it first and then compare your ideas to someone else's. That's my opinion. I ran it on that. That's my opinion. And that's this book. It's a nice book.